Are you ready to lose weight? I'm here for you. Take this journey with me, and I will give you tips and tools to help you lose weight just like I did. Hey, everybody. So, as promised, I'm here to talk to you about weight loss. And if you want to go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can follow this feed, that would be great. But I wanted to talk to you about my tip number one for my personal weight loss journey. So, tip number one is that you do things gradually. So, this is what I mean by doing things gradually. Whenever I first started my journey to weight loss, I was drinking about a pot, 12 cups, that's a whole pot of coffee every day. And in that 12 cups of coffee that I was drinking every day, I was putting at least 3 tablespoons, maybe 4, per cup of creamer. Now, I didn't think too much about it. I was just drinking my coffee. But the creamer, the calories in that added up to like a crazy amount of calories. So, what I did is instead of just saying, well, that's tons of calories, I need to just cold turkey my coffee. First, I started drinking less cups of coffee a day, which helped lower the calories. And I did that for a week or two. Then I actually took down, and went down from, 3 or 4 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of creamer. Then I went from 2 tablespoons of creamer to 1 tablespoon of creamer. And then I went from that to where I was doing milk and sugar. And then I went from milk and sugar to just sugar. And then I went from just sugar to just milk. And then I got even crazier and I stopped doing milk. I went completely off dairy there for a while and I started using almond milk in my coffee. And now it's been a little over a year, almost a year and a half now, I guess, since I started all of that, using the almond milk in my coffee. And that's all I use now, is I use 2 tablespoons of almond milk in my coffee. That was a very slow process. I mean, each transition was probably at least 1 week, maybe 2 on some of them, especially there in the beginning, because I loved my creamer in my coffee. And I did this with not just coffee and, the creamer I was putting in that, but I did it with everything. So on my salads, I used to use a ton of dressing. And the problem with dressing is that you add up calories again very quickly. And so I, of course, liked having a wet salad. I hated having dry salads. And so I used quite a bit of dressing. The problem with that is the calories. So I was like, how can I fix this and how can I reduce the amount of calories I'm getting just from the dressing? Because that was what was killing me. So I, again, started just lowering the amount. I lowered it down to where now I do about 2 tablespoons of dressing. Now, if I have a huge salad, I'll do like 4 tablespoons. That's because I will do a whole plate that's nothing but a salad. But how did I make my salad, go where it wasn't all yucky and dry? I started really thinking about what I was putting on my salad. And I would love to talk to you about how I did that. And I will make another video about how to build a salad and the proper way to build a salad to where it's not all dry and ucky. But so I did that with everything. I reduced the amount of calories I was drinking because that was a huge thing. And I reduced the amount of calories I was getting in condiments. So another thing that I did whenever I went dairy-free for 2 weeks, I thought, most of you might be thinking, why did she go dairy-free for 2 weeks? I went dairy-free for 2 weeks. I started having some breathing problems. We didn't know maybe I had an allergy. The doctor wanted me to try dairy-free for a couple weeks. So that is why I went dairy-free for a couple weeks. But proved to be amazing, and it really helped me to think outside the box as far as food and that kind of thing. So I used to, on my baked potatoes, I would load them. You know, I had my butter, my sour cream, cheese. Oh man, I used to love cheese. And I would put, gobs of cheese. We used to buy the big, I think they're 8-pound bags of cheese, and we would go through them like in no time. Now I buy one of the little bitty bags of cheese. I don't know how many ounces it is. And it has went bad on us because I just don't use it so I have to find ways to use my cheese now, which is crazy. I never thought I would have to say that. But the way I did that is I went dairy-free for 2 weeks, and we started, of course I didn't put cheese on things, and I realized I didn't miss it as much as I thought I was going to. Now, I still put cheese on things that I bake and stuff. I didn't go completely off of it, guys. But it helped me reduce the amount I was putting on it. Also, on the baked potato, back to that, sorry. Keep on getting off track. The baked potato, I started using mayonnaise. I know it sounds weird. Everybody tells me it sounds weird. Mayonnaise on a baked potato, that's all I put on it, and it is so good. Mayonnaise on a baked potato. And the calories are so much less than I used to have on my baked potato. My husband started on his baked potatoes only using mayonnaise, and now he prefers that over all that other junk too. So, I used to be cheese, 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 load that baked potato. Now I go to the restaurant, I'm like, do you have some mayonnaise, and could you just leave everything off my baked potato? And they say, yeah, no problem. They bring me a side of mayonnaise. I put that on my baked potato. It's awesome. And it saves so many calories. And if you think about food as something that is fueling your body, it is not something for really enjoyment. Now, every once in a while, indulge. I definitely indulge, trust me. I eat my brownies, I eat my cake. I never gave up anything like that. I cut down my intake of all those things. I made sure I stayed in my calorie limit, and I just stayed, where I need to be. But anyways, I want to quickly get through this because I know this video is running long. But just bring down your calories in little ways in the beginning. Just little things that you can change in your diet. And then whenever you start making the small steps, you'll start seeing the difference because the pounds will start coming off. And that's how I began my journey. That's my first tip. Just take little steps to reduce those calories down. Okay, guys? I hope you thought this video was useful. If you think it was useful, please hit the like button and go ahead and subscribe because I'm going to be giving you more tips in the future.